Welcome back to Adelante Chicago. For 16 years now, Silver Lining Foundation has helped women gain access to breast cancer screenings. It's one of the premier organizations raising awareness about this. The foundation's founder is actually joining us in studio today as we talk about changes in the way that Latinas are seeking help. So let's give a big welcome to Dr. Sandy Goldberg. I haven't had you here in a long time, so it's nice to see you.
Well, you're like family to us, Lourdes.
Thank you. Thank you. That's a nice compliment. I want to talk about this because you've got 16 years under your belt that you've been working with many minority communities. Have you noticed the need changing or evolving through the years? What's it like today?
I would say access to breast health testing for every woman, particularly minority women, has gone through the roof. There are less and less places that women can go to get care of any kind, much less breast health testing. And that has proven really to be something that I don't know if we expected it to be quite as profound as it is.
Okay. How has your organization also evolved and changed? Because if they're changing the way that they're doing the screening or how they're getting the help, you've had to sort of accommodate some of the work that you do too.
Well, of course, number one is fundraising, because the more women that come to a Silver Lining Foundation, the more funding it does take. And so we have evolved actually into making sure that everything that we do is based on the premise of helping someone else. I mean, that was our basic philosophy to begin with. But it is a cruel world out there now, Lourdes. It is a very cruel world out there, especially for women who do not have access financially, from an insurance perspective, to be able to put food on their table. So what we have done also is to reach out to other organizations as well, so we could all circle the wagons at least where other aspects of life are concerned, and we can handle the breast health testing.
Yeah, so you're working in conjunction with them, with everyone else. All right, you have got a few events that are coming up to try to raise dollars to continue to do this, because it is an effort that continues every day, every year. You need to keep it going. You've got one coming up at the end of May. Tell me about it.
It is on May the 23rd. It is at Maria Pinto's Salon, and that is on Washington Street. And it runs from about 5 o'clock to about 7:30. And it's going to be champagne and food. Obviously, if I'm around, there is food. And a portion of the sales will come to a Silver Lining Foundation. That is the one that is the most current.
And then the one that's coming up a little bit later in the year is in October. This is your big one, kind of your marquee event.
Right. And that is called a Sterling event. Get it? A Silver Lining Foundation, a Sterling event.
I get it.
And that is our gala fundraiser. It is our 15th fundraiser this year. It is a remarkable event, underwritten. So every single dime that is raised goes to support our programs, in particular our Buy a Mom a Mammogram program.
Oh, that's wonderful.
And you know something, Lourdes, where that program is concerned, it is so much more than a mammogram, because that program funds all breast health testing for women who are uninsured, underinsured, and don't have the papers to support their getting health care elsewhere.
Okay, we've done all the housekeeping stuff to tell people about the events that are going on, but I want you to talk about if there's a woman watching at home who maybe doesn't have the means to go about getting some breast screening, breast cancer screening, how do they go about working with your organization? So walk me through the steps. What happens?
There is one step: pick up the phone and call us.
Okay.
It's all you
That's
have
an
to
easy
do.
one.
It is. It is. Pick up the phone, call us at 312-345-1322 and say, I need breast health testing. You don't have to say, can you help? That is absolutely part and parcel of what we do. We help.
In terms of eligibility, or, you know, we've got many people in our community, in the Latino community, who may be undocumented or may fear coming forward to ask for help. Is that something that they need to be concerned about?
It is not something they need to be concerned about. I would say roughly 70% of the women that come to us are from the Spanish-speaking community. We don't ask about financial circumstance. We don't ask about documentation. Everything we do at Silver Lining is based on something my mother said years ago. She said, we are all family, and we have to help each other through the tough times. How we feel, obviously, is how she feels. This is her legacy. But my theory is it doesn't matter where you came from, what papers you have, what papers you don't have. You are entitled to a breast screening in order to make sure that you're okay.
And I want you to tell people your story really quickly about how you came to this organization, why you decided to put it together, basically why you do this every day. And you've devoted really your life to making sure that women have these opportunities to get screening.
I'm a breast cancer survivor. I was very, very blessed. I was diagnosed 19 years ago. About 2 weeks ago, we celebrated. And I had everything I needed, everything. And I realized as time went on, doing a little cable show and people calling in and outreach into the community, that people felt they were not worthy because they had no money, they had no insurance. And this was not something that I could live with. You know, I was blessed to have what I wanted. I also realized something, and this is not something that I share often, Lourdes. Many people in this country today, in the world, but certainly in this country today, feel rejected. They have no place to go. Nobody is going to help them. I grew up in a small town in the South. Overweight, buck teeth, thick glasses, not of the religion of the majority of the people living in this town. I know what rejection feels like. No one is going to feel that way around me. And in this small part of access to what every human being deserves, this is something we can do something about.
Okay. A Silver Lining Foundation now celebrating 16 years of helping the community and many more to come. Thank you, Dr. Goldberg. We appreciate it.
Lourdes, as always, a joy.
Okay, we'll talk to you soon.